Welcome back to the SMT Media Network channel. We're going to be discussing the Browns and the Ravens outcome from today's Sunday afternoon game. 1 o'clock game. Everything actually started pretty good. Browns were in it for a while, and then, I don't know, the floodgates opened up in the second half. I kind of thought it would play out in a similar fashion. I didn't think it was going to get this bad, but the score got run up in the second half of the game. Unbelievable. Some things to mention and discuss here. The Browns defense held up pretty nicely for a bulk majority of the first few quarters. The trouble came in just not being able to score enough points to keep pace, and then when the mistakes started to happen, that's when the Ravens made them pay. There was a defensive touchdown. There were lapses on the Cleveland offense that just, the Ravens are too good. If you don't score when you get the opportunity, they're going to score. So those are just blown chances to stay in the game. The Browns were able to produce lots of yards, but they were useless. The Browns defense held the Ravens to 47 yards rushing. Imagine that. A guy like Derrick Henry couldn't really do much. A game that, saw both teams with 6 penalties. I think the Ravens punted 5 times. The Browns punted 6 times. Sack differential wasn't very different. Where I saw some problems for the Browns, obviously there was a fumble that was lost. There was an interception. The Browns possessed the ball more, but the Ravens are good, so they make you pay when you do make mistakes and you don't capitalize on your opportunity. Joe Flacco, I think, almost threw for 200 yards, had a TD and a pick, threw the ball 45 times. Dylan Gabriel came in at the end of the game just as kind of like spot duty. Nothing meaningful there. Any bright spots for the Cleveland Browns? I would say that Quinshon Judkins playing was really good. He had 10 carries for 61 yards. Jerry Jeudy kind of sort of productive in the passing game. He had 4 catches for 51. But again, nothing that really led to anything. Really, the Browns' touchdown that was meaningful to Cedric Tillman was a mistake by Marlon Humphrey. So I don't know how you feel good about this game or the season so far if you're the Cleveland Browns offense, right? The defense, week 1 was phenomenal, putting the Browns in a chance to win. And then this week, they said the defense was holding up. I know that Garrett came out for an extended amount of time in the second half. I'm not sure if he made it back in the game. We'll have to see if there's any injury updates there, if something's happening. But basically, your defense is stuck on the field. When the offense continues to sputter and can't punch it in, and you don't really have a chance, right? This is a good defense that seems to be just worn out at the end of the games. That's what we're boiling down to. For the Ravens, they look good. Their offense is humming along just fine. Defense is good. The loss to the Bills is obviously a tough one, and that one's gonna sting, of course. But they're back on track, back in their winning ways. And I think moving forward, when you're looking at these two teams, for the Ravens, they're going to have the Lions up next, which is a Monday night game, and that'll be a good one. And, the Ravens get to bounce back and kind of see how they stack up against another really good team. The Lions are very good. For the Browns, it's a totally different story. You don't really know how to win, based on what I could tell. And the reason why I say that is you had, just mistakes costing you these games. The game against the Bengals was very winnable. You held Jamar Chase and T. Higgins to 60 yards combined on I don't even know, 7 catches or something. I forget what it was, but for the Browns, they're gonna go home and think about this, and obviously have to play better. They're gonna play the Packers this Sunday, and that one's gonna be tough, man. Jordan Love and the Packers look good. That defense in Green Bay looks really good. The Browns are gonna have a hard time with that defense, based on how this offense seems to be playing. They got some things they need to work on. I don't think they have the most talent at the wide receiver position. One could argue maybe it's one of the weakest units in the league. But, you have to do something else. I think maybe, you start to really give Judkins a lot of carries. I think you got to be a little more creative on offense, if you're thinking about kind of Stefanski and what he's going to do. But man, they just got to execute better. You got to win some games this year. Come on, man. You're already falling into that trap where you're falling behind and you got these losses piling up. So it'll be Packers and then the Lions, then the Vikings and the Steelers. And then those are your games until you you're home to the Dolphins and the Patriots and the Jets, which are winnable games. But the first month has some tests. You know, Packers and Lions up next. We'll see what happens. Very disappointing, but let me know what you guys think. Drop me some comments, like, share, subscribe, check out some more videos. We'll see you guys soon on the next one.